Today we are going to learn about graphing and balancing inequalities. Let's begin with how to graph an inequality. The first thing you want to do when you have an inequality is create a table where you have 5 values that you will be using to plot your points on your graph. The next step is to plug those values into the equation to get your y values for those points. Now that we have a table of values for our points, let's go ahead and draw our graph. Plot each of the points on the graph, and then using a straight edge, draw a line connecting all of the points. If y is less than or equal to the equation, shade below the line. If it is greater than or equal to the equation, shade above the line. Here's an example of where you would shade above the line. Next, we are going to use algebra to balance an equation. Let's start with the equation 4x plus 2y equals 8. The first thing we want to do is to move the 4x onto the other side of the equal sign from the 2y. To do this, we subtract 4x from both sides of the equation. The 4x on the left side of the equation cancels out, leaving us with 2y equals 8 minus 4x. Let's move our new equation to a spot where we can make some more modifications to it. The next step in balancing an equation is to remove the coefficient to the y variable. We do this by dividing every value in the equation by the coefficient of the y variable. This gives us a final balanced equation of y equals 4 minus 2x. Here is an example of balancing an equation that will have a fraction left in the answer. Now let's look at what happens when you multiply or divide by -1. Let's start with the equation 2x minus y is less than or equal to 3. We will subtract 2x from both sides of the equation. The 2x on the left side cancels out, leaving us with negative y is less than or equal to 3 minus 2x. Since we don't want a negative y, we will go through and multiply every term by -1. Pay attention to how the less than or equal to sign was changed to a greater than or equal to sign. You should note that whenever you multiply or divide by a -1 in an inequality, the inequality will reverse. This concludes our lesson on how to graph and balance inequalities.